Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Mini of the Month podcast. I'm Almondale, also known as Ed, and this is.
Hi, I'm Snow Duty or Snow Dominatrix or Karina. Or just Snow.
Or just Snow. We just call her
Yeah.
Snow. Or Mum, because she's basically the mum of the
I
admin
thought I
from the
was
server.
Dad.
I think I'm becoming Dad, aren't I? I keep
Oh,
telling everyone off
I
lately.
adopted two of
Anyway.
them.
Oh dear. Thanks for joining us all. We've had another wonderful month of Mini of the Week
Yeah.
events. And to be honest, this showcase does not capture the brilliance of what we've seen our members painting over the past little while. So I'm really excited for people to go back and have a look at the grand reveals, but also to show off some of the newer faces we've had in the past month.
Yeah.
Before we start though, Snow has a wonderful thing to remind everyone that's happening from December.
I had already forgotten about that. Yeah, we're doing March of Armies, and there's already a channel where you can plot your army and stuff. Just you can't sign up until December 1st. There's been a lot of
It's been a lot of eager
confusion
beavers,
about
which
that.
we love. We love that, but just
Don't start until December 1st.
please. Also, just so you know, this isn't terrible Victoria bitter for the Australians watching. This is actually a premix.
You don't want any
So,
hate
yes,
from the Australians.
VB's a terrible beer, basically. It's akin to Foster's down here. Yeah, March of Armies is awesome. I think this will be the... Is it the
Fourth?
fourth? Or, yeah, the fourth year, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's awesome. I have never replicated my first year's endeavor, but I have a tilt this year at least doing a proper army again. And I think there's a lot of people very excited, a lot of people expanding armies, a lot of people starting new armies as an excuse, so it should be something really fun. So
And I even
please
think
take part and
some
enjoy.
board game minis
Yep,
as well.
yep,
I think I've seen.
yeah. People really going, not an army, but it's something that'll be complete, which is great.
Yeah.
So exactly what we're trying to do. So yeah, awesome. Let's kick things off.
Yeah.
We're going to start going through all the wonderful minis of the week as we do.
And you picked the first week.
Yes. I was going to say it is a bit awkward. I picked the first week. I think this might be the second time I've done a mini of the week podcast where I've been one of the people selecting it.
I mean, it happens.
Sorry, for those who haven't met my dog, I have a little munchkin here who is very needy today. So Poppy, say hello to everyone. Good girl, darling. So the first one we have this is an honourable mention. This is to one of our fellow mods, Lasse or Libsynth, as we can see his tag here. He has done such a wonderful job on these. I'm pretty sure we gave them these to him for a birthday present at some point. If you can get your bum out of the screen, thank you, Poppy. And I really love what he's done with these. It's not that they're like, this incredible paint job or something, or some, really outstanding figure. It's just a piece of the hobby that I think a lot of people don't spend enough time and love on, and that is a beautiful piece of terrain.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful.
I love that he's done the different shades of shingles and the little cafe sign, and also just look at that paint bottle. It's so freaking tiny.
They're so small. They're little 15mm buildings.
I have no idea how he does it. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, really, really love these, and more terrain, please.
Yeah.
You may even notice the next photo. I had a bit of a theme on my week because it just happened to be this way. I wasn't deliberately seeking it, but there were two users. So well done, Libsynth. I think this is a really great job, and we do love seeing you do hobby again. And then this one was done by Maxtrements. Max has done the buildings for this. So he'd already painted the figures, but he's just used them to help display here, show off his buildings. The actual project was the buildings. And again, they look fantastic. He's really got some good atmosphere here.
And again, a bunch of different shades on the stones. And it's really the most important thing in
not just a
stonework and stuff. Like, just, have a lot of different shades, because stones are a lot of weird shades.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
it really helps sell it.
Yeah. And again, like you can look at the wood as well on the shack he's done on the back right. And I just really loved this. I thought this is a really great example of how some simple buildings painted nicely can make such a difference to a board.
Yeah.
And you add in his trees and his little braziers of fire, and it just really evokes a cool scene for his characters to fight out against some various disgusting creatures. So yeah, well done, Max. Really
Yeah.
like it. Do you have anything else to add on that one, or shall we
No, I
keep
think
going?
you nailed it.
Too easy. And then next, that was the miniature of the week. The previous one was an honorable mention. Um, the next week, this was all
Oh yeah.
judged by yourself, actually.
Yeah, this was my week.
So
And I
we've
just,
both
yeah, I
volunteered to
know.
do this podcast. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I just
Talk us
love
through your thoughts.
everything about this one. Again, the terrain bits on the display, on the diorama is just amazing. The sign, I was about to say the tattoos, the graffiti and the metal
Hmm.
door, and
The weathering on the door is
yeah,
fantastic.
it's insane.
Yeah. Vertash is no stranger to producing really cool
No.
pieces of work.
And he's
But
very
even
fast
this
as
stand,
well.
it's very fast. But even this one stands out, I think, because he's done such a good job of the backdrop. So it really
Yeah.
sets the scene.
And also just like the shading on the sign, like
Hmm.
the black stripes, they aren't just one color all the way. Like it's just the little details that really
Yeah,
makes
just
it
putting some
pop.
texture in there as
Yeah.
well, which is always great. So yeah, no, I totally agree. I think it's really good. Um, it's amazing how much a bit of texture brings things to life. You look at the paint on the
Yeah.
wall, obviously all of the wonderful weathering on the door, as already mentioned, and even like the brickwork and on the sign, the chipping on the top edge of the sign and stuff. It all just helps bring the piece to life. So
And I
well
mean
done.
the cloth on the mini itself is also
Hmm.
excellent. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
really the
we
atmosphere
can zoom
around
in
it
if we
that
want.
really
Actually,
sells.
there's a decently high res. There's even just include a little bit of texture here, and it really just makes a difference. Not
Yeah.
to mention, I love this freehand on the light as
Yeah.
well. So, yeah, no, amazing job. And then the
So
video
good.
of the week,
Yeah. That was for the
the
October
Masquerade
masquerade
October
thing.
painting competition. Yep, the
And
Halloween
yeah, and I just love
competition.
this one. And I think the one thing is doing the pumpkin head, but then having the original head on the hand, that just that made it.
It makes it very cheeky, which I
Yeah.
like. As an Australian, we love a bit of cheekiness. It's in our blood. No, really good. I agree. I don't have much to say on this one. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Uh, one of the one of
It's just
the
a really good
one,
idea. I mean,
yeah, one of the standouts for that comp for sure.
yeah.
Um,
And there were
yeah,
a bunch of good ones on that one.
absolutely. I think Awesome Art Freaks. It was incredible. She
Yeah.
spent so much time converting and changing that up, so it was really good. Cool.
Yeah.
We will keep going. Now, this was Spexy's week. And this wonderful piece had been sitting, waiting to be finished, just for that little bit of extra love and detail and attention lavished on it by our fellow mod, Amanda, also known as Lilith on the server. And I think it's great. I love this. I think it's one of the best things she's painted for sure.
Yeah. I love I mean the colors and the highlights and even just the base that she went with, like a very foresty garden base where he's playing with the dog. It's
Like
awesome.
he's just come home for an adventure or something like
Yeah.
that. And I just love the warmth she's got in the skin as well. She's really
Yeah.
done a good job of getting wonderful reddish tones to all the underside of all the skin. So, if we zoom in and have a look, like maybe that's too far, but perfect example around the hands and stuff. She's used contrast really well, but kept it really warm and inviting. So it's a very loving scene.
Yeah.
And a little bit of texture on the fur of the dog. Um, this is one of her best paint jobs, and I think a really
Oh,
big
totally.
step up in her abilities. And I think she should be really proud of it. In fact, Lilith is in Monty right now, Monty San Savino, which
I
is
think
one of the.
she's brought this one with her, right?
I hope so, because it's definitely one of the best. It's on my bucket list. It's probably the top of my bucket list of painting events I want to go to.
Yeah.
So I hope everyone who goes has fun, and it's a massive cohort of painters from all around the world attend. But no, Amanda's really stepping up her game, and I think
Yeah.
she should be really proud of this one.
And
And
also
who is our
just
mini?
the
Oh, sorry, you go.
turquoise metal. armor
Yeah,
thing,
something
it
different.
really pops with the rest of the colors. It's an
Yeah,
excellent choice.
yeah, totally agree. Because otherwise, you've got the cast iron,
Yeah,
the regular silver rim. You can't see it on the front of the model on this, but there's a lot of silver around the buckle and stuff. So I think it
yeah.
was a really smart choice as well. So yeah, good shout out for that one. We'll move on. And this was the winner. This one doesn't have a tag. Do you remember the user who did this one? I can go back and find it.
Yeah, I think. Oh man, I can't remember now. We just talked about it. I think it was because he doesn't have an
Does
Instagram.
not have an
So,
Instagram yet.
um,
Just trying to find it as well. It is in the announcements. We did so well preparing except for this bit.
yeah, I think she
Here
DM'd
we
me
go.
about it.
I've just found it's alright. It
Okay,
was uh,
Blackbird or something.
Blackbird.
Yeah,
Yeah, Blackbird 374. Who did a really good job of this one as well. So I think what really sells it for me is, nothing says grab bikes like kicking up dust or whatever, but to have it over waves.
yeah. And the water effect is so excellent on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first thing I noticed when I looked at it.
He's even done the little strands and stuff. Oh, sorry, a. I
Yeah,
shouldn't assume, but I'm pretty sure it's a he. But yeah, like really great job getting all of that to look like it's been really frothed up and kicked
yeah,
back really quickly. Not to mention the Marines themselves are wonderfully weathered. White
yeah.
is a horrendous color to pull off well, and white scars in particular often are too white, but this is great. This is really, they've clearly been in battle for a long time. All the weathering on the bikes themselves, done it in smart places as well, all leading edges and stuff. So it's all places that are going to come into contact with things as, bits and bobs fly over the Marines as they smash through
Yeah,
the Heretic. So, yeah, really awesome job. There's really
it's
much else to
amazing.
say. Just look at it. Just spend an extra
Yeah,
moment looking at it. It's fantastic. And we'll move on. Now, the next one has a couple of honourable mentions before we get to the mini of the week.
it
Now, this
was
one was done
M's
by...
picks.
Yeah, this is M's picks. Thank you. I was going to say it was picked by M. And this one's by Griff. Griff20 is his username. Lionel Johnson with a couple of big trees. So he's coming out of the woods with his watches in the dark. I think it's a really good job. I really like the lighting
Yeah,
on this.
it's. I like that he kept the trees very natural and not too puppy. Um,
I think one of the cool things, well, there's a lot of warm tones, and he's really
yeah,
emphasised that. If we zoom in on the face here, you see all this yellow light. So you have a directional light from our front right, his front left. But then we've got that wonderful yellow coming through as well, which really just helps him pop out of the scene a bit more. While the sort of the browns and the greens, to your point, snow are still
yeah,
quite muted.
and also just the red shield, and
Yeah.
it really draws the focus in.
Yeah, the red shield I don't think is a normal choice for a red shield. I've mostly seen them done as black or other colours, but I think I like the red. I think it pops really well. And
Yeah,
obviously, it's always a contrast to green, so it's pretty good.
and also just to get some kind of puppy color into the whole natural color scheme.
Mm,
But yeah, and that ground texture, and it's very nice.
it's
And
great.
it also seems like a very big wooden plinth he's made it on.
Yep, that is a pretty solid piece of wood.
Yeah,
It's certainly never going to topple over anytime soon, that's for sure.
yeah,
So well done,
probably
Griff.
not. Yeah, it's
Um,
really good.
this one is gorgeous. This is
That's a big
by
ass dragon.
Valentin. Yeah, Valentin Painting Studio, also known as what was their name on the server again? Le Castreur Fou is their username, and as you can see, wow, love this. That non-metallic metal really
Yeah.
pops against the quite cold grey
Can you zoom in a bit?
scales. Absolutely, I can.
Yeah.
Just zoom out a little bit just so it's not too pixelated. But just the subtlety of
Yeah,
of
that
the
whole
lava.
streak down. Yeah, it's
And then this in the face as well. It's a shame it's just a
yeah,
little bit out of focus here in this particular photo, but you can just tell they've really done a great job of picking out all that detail and making it look like there is a molten heart beating under that cold grey scaled chest.
and man, that
Um,
old gold look is amazing.
yeah, looks really tarnished and battered and
Yeah,
weathered.
like it's been
No,
in a
really
cave for
striking.
ages.
Yeah, just a
And
really striking
also
piece.
nice touch with the bloody bones.
With the rib cage, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, or the back technically, but yeah, that's really nice as well. No, really impressed with this,
yeah.
and I think a very worthy honourable mention. Um, but the final winner was Czokalapik with this amazing Maw Crusher,
That is
um,
also
which
an
is just
excellent wall crusher.
brilliant. Really, really love the use of yellow to help
Yeah.
pop those armor plates against the rest of the figure. The little sign down here, keep out, no stomping. Love
Yeah.
it. And just the blending in here as well between where we've got the flesh tones to the scales all over the body and everything is really nicely done. I think that's a
Yeah.
really good way of helping elevate this piece.
But also just the shading on the big knuckle on the front.
Mm-hmm.
That looks
Yep.
amazing.
Yep. Agree. And the other really cool thing is just the rider himself
Yeah.
really pops. I mean, it doesn't the photo doesn't do it justice, I think, because he's just marginally out of focus. But to be able to have the yellow here, but he still pops in his own right,
Yeah.
um, which is not easy to do on a model this big. Um, so super impressive stuff, and I just love all the details on the back banner and the care they've spent in really bringing the whole thing to life. So
Yeah, and the whole
massive piece.
white paint-ish on the wall crusher. Like
The body paint.
the body paint.
Yeah, all over. Oh yeah, all over here on the
Yeah.
back and the arms, and then that also matches with the war paint on the Auric. Now, if we're going to go with the official names, the copyrightable names. No, really great job. And as I said, like just some of the stuff people have been producing in the past month has been
It's
pretty
crazy.
crazy. So this is just a taste of what the wonderful members of our Discord have been creating and producing. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Much of Armies does. Because can you imagine someone
Yeah.
doing this amount of work on a mass scale? It's gonna happen.
I mean, yeah. I'm not sure they're gonna make it through a whole army if they do this level.
There might be enough mental people out there to pull it off. We don't know yet.
True. I mean, we have had some people who have done a lot of green stuffing on their armies and stuff, like Mr.
Yep.
Beige. But I'm not sure he's ever done it on a March of Armies time scale.
Not for those conversions. He did do the Necrons that year, didn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think there was as
There weren't many
much
conversions.
conversion.
No, but his painting was brilliant on those anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I guess we will see. I think a lot of people are getting really amped this year, and I know some people have already been going at their models, converting them, getting them ready, so the actual painting is done during the challenge, which is, I think that's pretty acceptable. That's how I used to do all my 24-hour challenges. I'd get everything prepped and primed before the actual 24 hours, or you'd do your head in because you'd be exhausted by the time you'd finish putting everything together. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Are you gonna enter?
No.
You should do some buildings. Just say
No.
you'll do a village of buildings instead of an army.
No, I'm gonna work on getting the house and all the furniture you guys got me last year for my birthday ready before my birthday.
Nice, good idea.
So,
It's fun. I've got my house I did up here. There's
yeah,
something about doing terrain if you
it's so
really
good.
lavish the detail. It doesn't
Yeah,
take much.
and still so freeing because it's so messy in its own. So
doing competition pieces in particular can be really mind-numbing. And one of the best pieces of advice I got was from one of our members who doesn't post as much anymore because she's too good for us now. No, is Gabby. Gabby's big one was don't stress all the time about always doing the big pieces. And Anicrosh as well, Quentin, is also a big proponent of this. Do lots of little things as well to help break it up.
Yeah.
Experiment, be free, have fun. Terrain is a great way to do that. Just grabbing, what did I get? I got a random Nurgle Marine the other day and went, oh, I'm just going to try out volumes and just do something different. And just, yeah, that's really helped free up my hobby, I think, and make me less stressed about, oh God, I have to make everything perfect.
Yeah, I like having like terrain or big dragon or something, and then like the more display pieces, so I can switch it up. Also, just to have something completely different if you are stuck on getting the hair right or something, you have something
painting
completely different to go work on.
Exactly.
But yeah, also in late January we have SquidCon. We're organizing it as we speak.
It's coming. I can never attend because I live on the other side of the world to everyone.
Yeah.
And it is the worst time of day for me when I have 2 kids under 3. But that's okay. I will still
But
have organized.
now we have it on YouTube as well. So people can watch it there when they are unfortunately in a wrong time zone.
But it is good because there are wonderful presenters. We always end up getting our mate Stefan, also known as HMSF Jenkins, to do an NMM tutorial. And it's always... Doesn't matter how many times you've done it, you'll always pick up something else every time you look. So it's always worth it.
And he also switches it up on how he does it. Sometimes he does it very like PDF. This is how you go about it, and sometimes it's more hands-on. But yeah, we're gonna do it on Twitch again this year, and we're gonna put the videos on YouTube for those who can't attend. And we're gonna have some social things as well. Paint-alongs and drinky drinks and
another
stuff.
drunk pla session?
No, I think we're changing it for basing and drinking.
I like
Just
it.
to do something else.
I like it.
And because people really enjoyed the basing challenge we did.
Basing is fun. It's another freeing thing. Spend more time basing. It's really relaxing, actually.
Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff planned. We're gonna have a meeting tomorrow to plan some more, and it's gonna be good. So late January, it's gonna be on a weekend, so plenty of time. So yeah, we're gonna post about it on the server. And if you don't have put in your tags on what you want to be notified on the server, go to our FAQ section and you can react.
Yep.
So you can get like events or competitions or news. Get the stuff you want to know.
Definitely worth doing. And for those who don't know, there are 3 voice chat nights every week. There is one in Europe, one in the US, and one even for Australia, even though the Australian one is mostly occupied by people who are logging on during work time in Europe, which we don't mind at all. It's always good fun to catch up with everyone. So, please, if you do want to do some virtual hobby, it's always good. Even if you're just doing hobby adjacent stuff, like just cataloging some stuff in your hobby room or mucking about.
Sometimes I'm knitting.
Yep. One night, Lasse and I said, "Oh, Lasse, you're a bit of a fan of tanks and all things, military history. Do you have a game called War Thunder?" And he's like, "I'm literally playing it right now." So he and I played on stream for an hour and a half one night. It's on voice chat, sorry. It's always good fun. You'll always find something in common with the other people on the call, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Snow. It's been a pleasure as always. And thank you everyone who's watched this far. Have a lovely time painting more of your wonderful minis, and we'll hopefully see some of your stuff up here in the near future.
Yeah.
See you, everyone.
Bye.